Well, Irish dairy farmers face the prospect of milking cows in 2009 at a loss. This means that they'll be getting paid less for a litre of milk than it actually costs to produce that litre. That's according to the two main farm organisations, the IFA and the ICMSA, who have called the situation in dairying a crisis. This is because there's been a slowdown in demand for dairy products around the world, due in turn to the global recession. It's a classic supply and demand situation. Unfortunately for farmers, when demand dries up, cows don't stop producing milk. Tommy Cook is a dairy farmer milking 50 cows near Grange on the Tipperary-Kilkenny border.
The price of milk now is less than it was when I started farming, back in the early 80s. And that's not sustainable at all. There are reasons for that, various reasons for it, but on the farm it creates huge problems. Basically, most farmers, certainly in this area, will be farming at a loss on the dairy enterprise this year, which I think is the first time I ever recall it in my lifetime. Actually, dairy farmers working at a loss.
Dairy farmers are being hit on two fronts. Last year, the Department of Agriculture offered grant aid of 40% of the cost to entice farmers to upgrade their farm buildings and farm waste facilities. Thousands of farmers jumped at the offer. They went to their local bank to get a loan to pay for the upgrade, telling the bank manager that they would repay the loan once they got their cheque from the department. In the meantime, the country's finances continued to evaporate, meaning that the grant cheques were not sent out. County Meath farmer David Farrell borrowed money last year to upgrade facilities on his farm, which the department were to grant aid. But now it looks like he will only get less than half of what he was initially promised.
I have spent quite a bit of money in the last 2 years on upgrading the place for tanks, slurry storage and that, and currently I'm awaiting inspection for 2 tanks, feed passages that I put in for grant purposes. I'm waiting on the grant, and work has been done and all the paperwork has been submitted and awaiting inspection. And now I'm told that when I'm approved that I will have to accept 40% of my 40%. And in a situation like this, there is bridging money. There is money borrowed to pay for, had to be borrowed to pay for that, the work. And now I'm told I have to wait, which is not I'd prefer if I was going to get me 100% and not me 40%.
The pressure that men are under is just unreal. Yeah. I've never seen anything like that.
Farmers are often accused of whinging incessantly, so much so that outsiders don't know whether to believe them or not when there is a real crisis. Jackie Cahill is president of the ICMSA.
I'm a long time involved now in farming politics and lobbying, Damien. I've never seen men under as much stress as what they're under now. I know we'd always be accused of, crying wolf, but the pressure that men are under at the moment is just unreal. And the deepening crisis in milk prices just adding fuel to the fire. And men see, a serious cash flow problem this year. And, being told they're only going to get 40% of the grant this year, another 40% next year, and 20% the year after. Like the whole repayment projections, the whole schedule they had for repayments is just thrown up into the air. Like, all the banks did the repayments schedules for farmers on 30 cents a litre. It looks like we'll be not 20 cents than 30 cents. I just couldn't stress how dire the situation is.
So can the co-ops who pay for the farmers' milk help to cushion the cash flow crisis on farms? Stan McCarthy is chief executive of the Kerry Group, who along with Glanbia buy the vast majority of the milk produced in this country.
One thing I will guarantee is that Kerry will pay a competitive price for milk. We will do everything we possibly can to make sure we can manage this transition for our farmers, whether it's on the input side to try and make sure that we're efficient in providing cost-effective inputs, and we will do everything we can to support and help them through this downturn in the dairy markets. But it is a particularly difficult time right now.
On Wednesday, the main farm organisations met with the Minister for Agriculture, Brendan Smith, to discuss the deteriorating situation. Here's the president of the IFA, Pádraig Walsh.
In my lifetime, and indeed people that are milking cows a lot longer than me, it looks like in 2009 we'll be facing the prospect of producing milk way below the cost of production, and that's not sustainable.